What's up guys, Sean from the Nerd Lair here. Thanks for tuning into this re-upload of an old video that I did on the Game Genie back in 2019, and it has a copyright strike now. For whatever reason, the copyright owner of the material that I used at the end of the video, which was an old commercial that is like 20 years old at this point, the product isn't even a thing anymore, and still they gotta demonetize the video, so took that video down. I'm editing this one to cut out that part, and I guess you guys are going to see some old content that maybe you haven't seen before if you're newer to the channel. Either way, enjoy the tale of Game Genie. Nerd Lair. Game Genie was a pass-through cartridge that helped you cheat in your Nintendo video games. It was originally released in 1990 by Codemasters and sold by Galoob Incorporated and Camerica. They later put out other versions for different consoles that were out at the time, like Sega Genesis, Game Boy, and even Super Nintendo, which I don't have. All you have to do is insert your cartridge that you want to use into the Game Genie itself, and then insert the Game Genie into the console. Upon starting the console, the player is presented with a menu that they can use to put in cheats that reference addresses in the ROM's cartridge. Every single Game Genie came packaged with its own code book, but there were other books that you could buy separately that had more codes inside them. One of the things I miss about this era is making my own code sheets or finding other people's code sheets in used video games like this. It's like finding a hidden treasure map or a window into somebody's past, what they were up to, what kind of codes they were writing down, or hieroglyphics on a wall. It's just so cool. Basically, how the Game Genie worked was it would block a certain line of code in the game's programming to prevent it from doing certain things that it would normally do without being blocked by the Game Genie. It allowed you to make old games that were stale new again. It could be passing a part that you got stuck on in a video game and you haven't touched it in months because, well, you're stuck. With the Game Genie, you could get past that part and see the rest of the game. It was a way of enhancing video games more so than cheating, in my opinion. And sure enough, this caught the attention of bigwigs at Nintendo, and they were not happy. Nintendo then sued Galoob in the case Galoob vs. Nintendo, claiming that the Game Genie created derivative works in violation of copyright laws. What that means is Nintendo thought that the Game Genie was copying and changing the already existing Nintendo games and making money off of that. When you took the Game Genie out of your console, the game goes back to normal. It doesn't stay like that permanently with the codes. And that's something I don't think Nintendo understood. It wasn't changing their works permanently and then making money off of those changes. To make a long story short, Nintendo did not win the lawsuit against the Game Genie. In fact, they had to pay Galoob a ton of money for all of the money that they lost while they couldn't sell the Game Genie in the US during the lawsuit. This was at a time in video game history where everything was still fairly new, so the laws for copyright in video games was a very hazy area, and I could safely say it made headway with the fair use laws in the future years to come. So in conclusion, back when Nintendo ruled the video game industry, suing everyone and getting sued by everyone else, it was nice to see the little guy come out on top for a change, and now it's just an odd reminder of a charming time when kids really felt like they had the power. And that's going to be it for this video, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button because I upload stuff like this every week, so there's always something to watch. And if you had a game that you just could not beat without the Game Genie, let me know what that game is down in the comments section. That's all for me, and I'll see you guys next time in the Nerd Lair.